My name is Jeannie Tyrell, and you are listening to Brain Drops. The Brain Drops podcast will provide every listener information about the Brain Drops Foundation. Today we are speaking to an artist, a collage artist named Ethan Riddle. His Instagram handle is at EthanRiddle88. He is the editor-in-chief of the Melon Factory magazine, a visual arts magazine that can be found on Instagram at the Melon Factory magazine. He's based out of Pennsylvania, and his artwork was featured in our first issue, The Disregard Complex, and it was also featured in our animation titled Our World. So let's check him out, Ethan Riddle. Welcome, Ethan, and you're here talking to me for the Brain Drops Foundation, and I just wanted to chat with you and see how you're doing.
Nice. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you for submitting your artwork to us. I appreciate it. Your artwork actually makes me think of a mine terrarium, and I was wondering if you could kind of talk to me about how you've developed your art.
Right. So when I first started, I mainly worked on collage and also drawing. And I started sometime in like 2017, which is when I started to actually take it serious. And the main reason behind that was just because it was right after I moved and I just didn't really know what to do with my free time. And all of my friends from middle school and elementary school, well, my elementary school was connected to a middle school. So I had the same friends from like start to finish. And going into high school, I didn't know anyone. So I needed to I felt as if I needed to find something to identify myself with. Because I don't feel like someone knows me truly until they like look at my work or something like that, because a lot of my work, I mean, most of it's just silly and like kind of stupid, but some of it is basically what I am thinking or feeling at the time. It's like very emotive. I started with collage. Before that was drawing, but I don't really consider that the main start because I didn't really like the drawings that much, which I regret what I did to most of them. I put them in a shoebox, and when I wanted to completely start new, I just tossed them away, which is one of the biggest regrets that I can think of. But collage was one of the main starts because I really put a lot of effort into it. Like I went to thrift shops trying to find books and things like that. I used only a few books for some of the collages that I started with. And for anyone who doesn't know what collage is, it's just it's like the act of cutting paper and photographs and stuff like that, and like piecing it together in whichever way you happen to want. The main reason I started with collage was just because I saw a music video that I really liked. It's from an artist named Winston Hacking, who is the main influence that I can think of at the moment. His music video for a musician, Flying Lotus, it's a collage animation. And if you pause the screen anytime, there's little details. And I love that amount of just control over what you are making. And I think it's very creative. And then from there, I just practiced with that. And then I got a little bored of collage, just because if you're using other people's work, like photographs and stuff like that, I mean, you can change them to the point where it's something new. But over time, I don't really think it's as expressive as I would have wanted it to be. I still make collages and stuff like that, but most of the time they're like really big, really complex, and not something that's just like two things put together.
It's evolving.
Yeah.
Like you said about your drawings, you kind of put your drawings aside, but you can always pick it back up and kind of just evolve with what you're doing and what you're learning and what you're digesting. I just see your art as layers as you described. So it was really cool. I wanted to specifically talk about your art piece called Waking from the Bunker. It actually inspired me to create that animation. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to animate this. And so I used that art and put it together, and then I built the rest of the animation thanks to your work. It's called Our World, so it was very interesting to kind of start from your world and then add everybody else in. So thank you for sharing that with me, and then I was able to share it with everyone else.
One quick thing is I really like the advertisement. That's the first time I've seen a magazine actually make one, and I thought that was really cool.
Thank you.
And Also, some parts of the artwork that you used for the animation, I don't even remember like making it look that way because before those circles started to appear,
Hmm.
there was the whole it was just this plain, well, not really plain, but it was this gray landscape. And before those circles popped up, it it looked exactly like it was before adding all that extra stuff. And I I'm not sure if I sent you like additional stuff or
You
not.
sent me a few different versions of it. So I just kind of took it all in and just created the animation first. That was the first thing. It inspired the whole animation, just so you know.
All right. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's really cool.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to make a landscape that looks surreal. At the time I made it, I think it kind of expresses how I felt, whatever that means. Like, I don't really like putting too much meaning behind stuff,
Mhm.
but one detail that I like is there's some writing in the wall or landscape. I don't even know what that is to the right of it, and I completely forget what I wrote, which is a shame because I can't decipher it now. At that time, it was when I first moved into college, and the dorm that I had was just really cold and dark, and I was too much of a pushover to ask my first roommate to, open up the blinds and like actually let sunlight in. So I just worked on this the whole time, and I felt awful. I felt like garbage the whole time, but I'm really happy how it came out. And if you haven't noticed, I don't know why, but I added car crashes just to, but I
You're
guess
referring to the images inside the circle, right?
yes,
Okay.
because I think I wanted to have like a cityscape, and that seems like one of the most modern things,
Hmm.
buildings and cars, and it's kind of like a negative take on that, but I thought it looked kind of cool at the time. But in the background is a painting. Around that time, I started calling myself like a mixed media artist, just because I wanted to try experimenting with other stuff. But now I'm more, I think I'm just a visual artist, a collage artist, and just whatever someone wants to call me. I don't want.
Right. Digital artist, collage artist, just artist.
Yeah, I don't want some, I like collage. I think it's a good one to fall back on.
Mhm.
I also kind of want to try other things because I get bored easily and frustrated with what I'm doing.
So, what's next for your artwork? Do you have any projects lined up or anything that you'd like to share? What you're up to?
There's a few of them actually. I'm trying to right now. I'm just trying to make like a series of different 8 by 10 photos. I don't have any intention of like putting them in a book, but I think having the consistency of like the same format is really nice to just put them in a group. Most of the stuff I post as soon as I finish, but I want to hold on to that until it's completely done, just because I think it'd be kind of like a nice thing to release all at once.
Hmm. Yeah,
Since
I still consider myself to be on a pretty extended hiatus from producing much stuff right now, just because I have a lot of processing I'm doing, and I tend to hold on to my work probably a bit too much. But you have
uh,
your own, the melon factory. Talk to me about that.
yes, my factory was. It took me 4 months to make it. And the thing about big projects that I don't like is I always push aside the other ones. When I start something, I primarily just want to work on that one thing.
Hmm.
And it was really stressful too. Oh, well, I guess I should first say what it is. It's a visual art magazine.
Yes.
And I don't know, I just contacted a bunch of artists that I like and a bunch of artists that I wanted to give the opportunity to, have their work featured in something because having work featured in a magazine is one of the best feelings. It's just really fun. I just wanted to make some connections with some of these artists because like I wanted them to know that I like their work and I think it would be great to have it showcased next to all these other artists that I think are really good. I was going to include work, regardless of skill or following and stuff like that. Like one of the most annoying things about some magazines that like for a while I was sending submissions to any magazine that I've seen,
Hmm.
and some of them, were nice enough to feature me, and I'm really happy about that. But some of them, they won't even look at you if you don't have like over 1,000 followers or something like that. So I wanted it to be like, just send your work and I'll include it. I'm not going to reject you on this.
Right. No hierarchy here.
Yeah, all of the work that I got, I loved. There's nothing that I think is better than the other. I think it's all great.
Mm-hmm.
I gave people the chance to like, write a biography or include their social media tags or whatever. But those submission guidelines, I don't think they were that tough. I thought they were pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
I sent it to the email, and I didn't want to like quickly push out a page or two. I wanted to give each page some time.
Right. Make it cohesive. And I think it looked really well. Very colorful. I love the color scheme.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's free to download too. I didn't want to profit off of it. It felt like a collaboration and not necessarily me like in the background working on something. Well, that's why the second issue might not happen for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, just do it in your time. Don't rush. I'm the queen of not rushing. I still consider the first issue to be a work in progress. The foundation, I'm still building it little by little. So, we'll get there when we get there. I do try and put a timeline on things, but I try not to stress myself out with that kind of stuff. So I get it.
Do you plan on writing a second book eventually, or is that not?
I do. Yeah. I work on it little by little, but I'm mainly trying to work on a 5th of July event for my foundation. That's my next thing I'm going to try and do. We're going to do a late cleanup on the 5th of July, not the 4th though. That's just simple, but.
Wait, can I add one quickly?
Yeah, sure.
Your book I really liked.
Oh, thank you. That old thing. No, I'm kidding.
There's a lot of interesting just parts that I really thought were enjoyable, and like a lot of quotes that I thought were funny. Like for example, your description of jobs as a silly chores for money.
Yeah,
I think about that a lot.
Right. I'm always like, oh man, I don't know if that's the best thing to write, but it's true. We're all just working for our allowance, weekly allowance or monthly allowance or whatever. But
what's the genre of the book? Because I know like some parts are kind of comedic and some parts are tragic.
I don't really know if I can put a genre on it. It's just basically I consider it to be a report, and that's just my inner voice, I guess you can call it. The way I write is my way of expressing myself, so it goes wherever it goes. I don't know how to really describe it, but when I sat down and decided, okay, I'm going to put this together, my main thought was media psychology. I want to touch on issues within the media and media psychology. So that's what I was trying to tackle with all that. I tried to make it entertaining, but at the same time, I'm trying to shed light on important issues like people disconnecting and stuff like that. I'm glad that you read the book. Thank you for reading it.
Yeah, I haven't really read the book for a while because it was really nice to put some time aside to actually read something. I haven't read like an actual novel for a while.
Thank you.
What kind of books do you like?
I really read a lot of more research-based kind of dry stuff, actually. And I don't really read for enjoyment. I read to just learn. I think right now I've been looking more at books of food and gardening, but I haven't really picked up anything to read. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate your time and you coming on here and talking with us here at the Brain Drops podcast.
Thank you for having me. I guess I was like kind of stressed about it, but
no, don't be stressed.
Well, I don't really talk that much.
Okay.
So it's like really nice to have this opportunity. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And good luck with Brain Drops Foundation and all its future projects.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you for listening to the Brain Drops podcast. Stay tuned for updates on our foundation, our guest speakers, and some interesting brain drops.